Okay, so I started playing a Pleiadian thing on YouTube, like a song, and I opened up, decided that I wanted to pull cards from this deck, and so I opened it up, and when I did, I kid you not, the Pleiades card fell out. Not even a joke. So I decided that that would probably be a good time to like pull some cards. Let's mix them around. Okay. Pleiadian message. Okay. What message do the Pleiadians want to get across? Okay, well, hold on. No, the moon deck. Okay. Alright, what was that? How are you being called to step up and lead? Right? She's like wrapped in wings here. So not just to step up, but how are you being called to use these wings that you've been given to uplift humanity for your double mission here? Alright, I heard grab the moon deck. Okay. How are you being called to step up and lead? Okay, message from the Pleiadians. How are we being called to step up and lead? To step into this priestess energy. Trust that all will be well. Oh, that one comes out so often. Trust. Not this one. Okay. That was from this deck. Pulling from this one now. I'm pulling from this one because of what I'm seeing in the background here. She's calling me to that. Okay. Step into your priestess energy. To step up and lead. In order to do this mission, we have to trust, fully trust in the universe. Fully trust that all will be well. Losing stuff. Everything's falling down. Get up there. Okay. Alright, we've got the Knight of Swords reversed and the Six of Coins reversed, and I'm hearing not to take that reversed. Alright. So thought action is what I see with this first and foremost, alright? The first way that we can step up and lead is to take action on our thoughts alone. Right? Our thoughts cut through the air. They do. And they cut through the ether and have an energy of their own and carry that through the everything. So start with our thoughts. And then we have the Six of Coins, the Six of Pentacles. It's got moon energy in that. Let me see my book. It's kind of hard to see with that light. I don't have a solution for that. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Oh, this one actually keeps coming out, right? Because this is what it looks like in the Rider-Waite deck. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles. It says entertaining angels unaware represents compassion, generosity, and hospitality. Okay, so what I normally see in the Six of Pentacle cards has to do with like weighing what you've got and choosing to give away. And also like maybe even weighing how you feel who to give stuff to. But what I'm reading with the entertaining angels unaware, I kind of see that partially feeding into this as being like the Pleiadians are, not that they are the angels that we are entertaining, but like people who are Pleiadians have come here to Earth now in order to entertain ourselves as angels. Not just as angels, but like to like for our spirit self, and not just to entertain, but that like we came here, we traveled here to be in these physical bodies, you know. The pentacles have to do with like the physical realm. And so we came here to be in these physical bodies in order to perform this task. And while we're here in this physical body, our thoughts generate actual like neurons firing in our head. So that leads into the fact that your thoughts can like ripple out and impact everything alone, okay? Which you couldn't have that ability if you had just stayed in the ether, right? We had to get from there to here. Okay, there. What next? This one again. Back to where we started. That was a couple. Don't dim to fit in. And take the leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. But what I'm seeing here is this is you taking the leap to follow, look, your higher self who already chose to take this leap. The Pleiadian inside you is already taking this leap. So it's okay. You can do it. But don't do it lightly. Be bright as you do it. Let's see, because wherever you're dimming that light, you know, starseeds, it's about doing what lights you up. So wherever you're doing that, wherever you are dimming your light, you're not following this path that you're supposed to follow. Okay, this triangle there, then triangle here. You know, I'm almost hearing keep facing your true north. You know, do what lights you up. And don't do it lightly. Do it boldly. Do it brightly. We'll see if we can get one from this deck. Divine Master. Running out of space to shuffle. Okay, the Divine Master's card. What are the Pleiadians trying to tell us? What message do we need to receive with them? Holy Union. Maybe holy unions might have a very big impact, you know. Some people might have been together in the Pleiades and you've reincarnated here because your love is strong enough to make a huge impact while you're here, right? And I mean, also holy union with the self, holy union with God, with the all. See, we've got the Atlanteans and the blue beings. All right, legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration, all right? And technology is not just the way that we see it, you know? Technology is also woven in our DNA. We receive technology every time that we look at the stars, you know? Technology is information. And then information, right? Light transmission, information, wounds healed, charging up. Let's see. I wrote something today. To me, it fits in. To other people's, it might not. Okay. Because I believe that, you know, light codes information, holds information, okay? I looked up at the sky one night to see the sheet of stars. What I saw was no longer separate, but pieces stretched very far. Always there, whether seen or unseen, both forward and behind, and also above and as so below, all here in this one space and time. In seeing that information can be coded into light, there's a wellspring of knowledge to be received from the sky at night. And as I was writing that, I was thinking about like looking up at the Pleiades and looking up at Sirius and looking up at these different stars in the sky and being aware that the light that we are seeing holds so much information, and whether or not we realize that it's in us, it is in us just by looking up at them, you know, just by seeing it, we gather that information. Just by being exposed to that, we gather that information. And we can pause and go inside and we can really see and feel into that. And we can understand and start to uncode the information that we receive from that. Let's see. Anyone else? No. Mm-mm. Okay. I think that might be it. One more from the moon. I'm seeing this moon over here again, and it's just... not sure if I said it or saw it first. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, come on. This one? This one. And forgive. What was on top of that? That moon is so bright. Full moon in Pisces. What are we here to forgive? What are we here to transform? What are we here to lift up? Double mission from the Pleiades, right? We're here to channel, especially our authentic selves, as well as uplift humanity. Can take the leap into being yourself and use the priestess energy to help build humanity up. Trust in the universe, all right? You chose to be here, so trust that all will be well. And you chose to be here, Virgo, earth energy. You chose to come here to earth, so trust in that. Trust in this authentic self that you're jumping into. You know, you're no longer going to be this dim version of yourself, all right? You connect to that higher self in the light, through the light beam. Connect to that and take the leap. Forgive yourself for not doing it sooner. Don't dwell on the could've, would've, should've's, what ifs of the past. Forgive yourself for that. It makes it easier to shine bright. Alright? Makes it easier to do what you came here to do, and to do it with confidence. To let it out for everyone to see. Holy union. I am feeling this is more of a holy union connection between you and your higher self. The crowns are standing out to me. And so that's more of a crown chakra connection. And the snake on her head stood out to me earlier. Even her hair is like being lifted up. You know, this is connecting her hair higher up. This eye is open right here, right above her head. In the triangle that's literally like shining and connecting her to her higher self. And not just to her higher self, but as you can see here, connecting her to the Pleiadians, to the Pleiades. So it's a holy union between you and yourself. And you're here to go deeper into that. Careful of your thoughts. Be conscientious of your thoughts. Be aware that every thought that you have cuts through the air. Every single thought that you have makes an impact on the wheel that we're on. It makes an impact on this wheel, all right? We chose to travel here into this physical realm. We chose to travel into this earth. We chose to jump on the wheel of samsara, okay? And we are here to evolve. Our souls to evolve. And like I said, light transmission. We can literally receive through light. If you really want information from the Pleiadians, look up at the Pleiades at night. Everything you could possibly want to know is up there encoded in the stars for you already. It's just waiting for us to reach up and be open to it. Be open to receiving the information, not just looking at it and seeing it as separate from us, but for fully believing that the fact that we can perceive it with one of our senses alone means that it is a part of us, means that we have made sense of it in some way. And that's what we're here to do on this physical plane, is make sense of things. We have the senses. We've got 5 for sure. We're opening up more than that. Be open to receiving the messages from the stars. Thank you.